This is the Quickstyle history of Rolling Hills Estates. Rolling Hills Estates sits at the bottom left of LA on a big hill called the Palos Verdes Peninsula. The whole peninsula wobbles like a seesaw on the land below it, with giant chunks sometimes falling to the sea. Anyway, the Tongva are the first ones here, not what they would have called themselves. Closest Tongva site on record is Chawigna, near Redondo and Torrance. Then Spain shows up in the 1700s, literally making life impossible for the Tongva. In the 1800s, Mexico sends Spain packing, while the area picks up the name Rancho de los Palos Verdes. The US then takes California from Mexico, but decides to keep the name of Green Sticks Ranch. In the 1950s, there's already one city here, Palos Verdes Estates. Thinking the peninsula needs more estates, upscale and highfalutin developers buy a big chunk of land to be called Rolling Hills Estates. They hire Victor Gruen to design it. Guy's a master at planning shopping malls, eventually building over 100 worldwide. Vision for Rolling Hills Estates is a mess of homes and a shopping hub for the whole peninsula. Locals see the plans and give their own feedback. More horses. The communities of Rolling Hills Estates form slowly, mostly on the side of the hill that faces LA, as compared to the one getting the ocean breeze. Once Rolling Hills Estates officially incorporates in '57, they spend the next few decades gobbling up nearby neighborhoods like a giant game of Pac-Man. Places like Montecillo, Chandler Quarry, and the R&D track behind Northrop. At about the same time, one corner of RH Estates is a trash dump for everyone on the hill. One guy remembers filling up the station wagon, showing up at the dump, opening the back door, and letting everything slide out as they rocketed away. By the 60s, people start thinking this is kinda gross. Garden Club leader Francis Young asks if they can't turn the dump into a garden. Hooray! Everyone agrees. But the landfill doesn't close when the garden gets going. Instead, once a section is full, they do whatever needs doing to seal it up and plants are plopped on top, while trash goes on being dumped around the corner. In the end, it becomes the South Coast Botanic Garden, a shining example for other landfill conversions. I'm sure the plants love it. While the whole peninsula has tried to keep its seaside country cowboy thing going, shoppers gonna shop. Rolling Hills Estates takes up the flag, developing the Peninsula Shopping Center. Soon there's a movie theater, grocery store, and all kinds of other amenities, so all the gentry on the hill don't have to mix with the rabble down in Redondo Beach or Torrance. By the 70s though, some locals are starting to sour on the whole shopping center thing. Most of the bitterness comes from questions about where the tax revenue goes, and complaints about the traffic. Korean success stories have been moving into the peninsula since the 80s, but in the 90s they really get going. Rolling Hills Estates is a major player in the trend, with a 160% increase from its 1980 tally of 77 Korean residents. In time, this shift changes not only local businesses, but a few Korean Christian churches pop up as well. Then, in 2023, there's a big ol' landslide on Pear Tree Lane. Bunch of homes destroyed. UCLA comes through, the magnifying glass or something. Says the landslide might have started a year ago, but nobody noticed. Today, Rolling Hills Estates has the lowest household income of all the cities in the peninsula. Residents have to scrape together a living on a measly average of $199,000 a year. Meanwhile, many of those neighborhoods gobbled up in the 60s are still around today, each with its own style and HOA rules. Many residents identify more with their community than their city. In that way, Rolling Hills Estates is a microcosm of LA, a bunch of little groups trying to get along while doing their own thing.